everyone, so we are back in Peter's garage. Huge shout out to Peter for, there he is, for allowing us to work on the car. But you might be saying, this isn't the Focus ST, what are you doing? This is my new car. There's going to be tons of video content coming soon about the 86. It's a 2017 Toyota 86 SE in the Supernova Orange paint. I didn't know how to feel about the paint at first, but it's really growing on me. I love it. But the point of today's video is we are going to be installing a catback exhaust. I ordered this from FT86 SpeedFactory. It's the MXP Comp RS exhaust. Pretty reasonably priced, and I love the way it sounded when I was listening to some exhaust clips. So that's the one I went with for my 86. And we're going to show you first the stock exhaust, and we're going to give you a little startup vid and some revs. And then we're going to show you the installation process and this new exhaust, and most importantly, we want to see how it sounds. So stay tuned, and we're going to get to work. So Murphy's Law, even on a brand new car, something goes wrong. We ended up snapping this here bolt, and what happens is it's spring loaded, so it makes it really easy to over crank on the bolt. So we snapped that guy off there. So we're gonna take a little trip to the Subaru parts store, even though this is a Toyota, because the exhaust system is all Subaru, and we're gonna get ourselves a new bolt, and we'll be on our way. Alright, so this is the new guy. This is the MXP Comp RS exhaust. This is the axle back portion, and it's definitely a little bit lighter than the stock muffler. Not as light as I would have hoped, but you can see the welds are really nice, and they got these really nice chrome exhaust tips. So this thing is looking good, and we're going to throw it on, and hopefully we'll get some nice startup vids and take it for a rip. Alright, so take a look. Here are the tips. We have those aligned nicely, and the muffler's looking very good all the way to the resonator here and to the cap. New exhaust is on. All we gotta do is tighten up all the bolts, drop her down off the lift, and give her a start. All right, we're all set and we are tightened down. Let's drop her off the lift and give you that long-awaited startup vid. This was a really simple install with the exception of snapping that bolt pretty early on. So I just want to give some tips and tricks for installing an exhaust on your 86 BRZ, FRS, or really any car. You're going to want a socket set. We use 10, 12, and 14 millimeter sockets for the 86. And if you can, go to an auto parts store. It's only about $15. You can get an exhaust hanger tool. Basically, it pushes the metal hanger right out of the rubber piece and cuts the time pretty much in half. Just less headaches, less bloody knuckles, makes the whole thing super easy. Another thing that's really nice to use is just some soapy water. If you spray that right on the rubber element between the metal, it makes it just so there's enough lubrication to get it to slide right out. And you know, installation, uninstallation, either way, it helps a lot. And I guess worth mentioning is eye protection. That spring bolt that gave us the trouble that we snapped, it flew. When I say it snapped, it flew off, and if we weren't wearing eye protection, that, you know, could have potentially been a really bad scenario. So eye protection is always a good idea whenever you get underneath the car, whether it's dirt or bolts flying or whatever it is. Safety, come on, like, you know, let's wear some eye protection. So with that, enjoy the rest of the video, and I know you're excited to hear how this thing sounds. Enjoy. That is good. Let's hear it.